will allow Microsoft to work with the local government and community to give African Americans a neighborhood they can be proud to call home. As the head of Microsoft's commercial real estate organization, I am proud of the history we are making, and T. Dallas Smith & Company deserves the credit for helping us find a neighborhood we are excited to support. Microsoft and I understand that our suppliers should represent our diverse consumer base. So long as minorities continue to be underrated and underrepresented, we will continue to make history by supporting and investing in diverse businesses. I've always believed that diversity is the key that unlocks unlimited possibilities in business. The ideas and skills that employees from diverse cultures and backgrounds bring to the company are invaluable, and policies and habits of inclusion and respect for people with different opinions and beliefs create a dynamic that promotes growth. Breaking into a non-diverse industry may be challenging, but it is not impossible. T. Dallas Smith & Company is proof that arduous work and fierce determination lead to success. Dallas understands that representation matters, that entry-level employees need to see executives who look like them. T. Dallas Smith is on a mission to make history by diversifying the faces of the commercial real estate industry, and this book is sure to inspire, challenge, and ignite readers' passion for dreaming and achieving along with them. I know Dallas agrees with me about the importance of thinking big, striving for greatness, and remembering to pave a path for future leaders as you climb the ladder to success. In other words, I think we are in agreement about the value of staying in the black. Michael Ford, Microsoft CVP of Global Workplace Services. Introduction. Anyone I've ever known, black or white, who'd met David Schwartz during their time as a student at Georgia State either loved him or hated him. If you talk to almost anybody black, you'd hear that Dr. Schwartz was the biggest racist you were ever going to meet. If you talk to any of the white students, you'd hear that Schwartz was the biggest asshole. Only occasionally you'd talk to a person, black or white, who'd tell you that David Schwartz had absolutely changed their life for the better. I've always been the kind of person who needs to see for myself. I'm just hardwired that way. Intrigued by what seemed like a hell of a contrast between his haters and his admirers, I'd registered for one of Schwartz's introductory 200-person classes and gotten myself a front row seat the first night. At the time, I was already working in commercial real estate. That meant I was showing up to evening classes in my work attire, suit and tie, French cuffs, perfectly polished shoes. If he's horrible, I thought, I'm just going to quit school at the end of the night and focus on my career full time. Georgia State is the largest school in Georgia, both now and when I attended in the early 1980s. Back then, less than 5% of the students at the university were African American, and in this class, as with several others, I was the only black person. The classroom was a big theater-style hall with a lectern set up on a platform at the front. As we were all waiting for the professor to arrive, the door swung open to reveal a frail-looking man in a suit and tie smoking a cigarette. He drew a last leisurely puff, then put the cigarette out right on the no smoking sign. From my front row seat, I could see all the other divots where I assumed he'd put out hundreds of cigarettes before. Okay, I thought, this is different. Schwartz lurched his way toward the podium with a very pronounced, almost Herman Munster quality limp. He put down his things, briefcase from one hand, loose papers from another, then carefully tucked his cigarettes into his breast pocket as he got up onto the stage. He leaned into the microphone and in a surprisingly raspy voice announced, "My name is David J. Schwartz, and I'm the CEO of this class. You are all my employees. I will not pay you with money, but I will pay you in grades." He turned to the 2-story chalkboard behind him and pushed one panel to the side. In huge print, you would have had to use a ladder to get up so high, was a list of positions within the classroom corporation. 1 president equals A. 10 vice presidents equals B's. 64 managers equals C's. 70 stock boys equals D's. 55 janitors